Now, to give us a walkthrough of the platform itself, let me introduce you to Tucker Dona. He's our head of business development and client success. Tucker, over to you.
Thank you, Alex. My name is Tucker Dona, and I run business development and client success at Baton. Today, I'm going to demonstrate Baton's real-time PvP settlement process for FX transactions. Our settlement process uses real accounts and real money with no tokens involved. The Baton settlement process can be reduced to as little as 3 minutes. By shortening that cycle, we dramatically reduce settlement risk and funding costs. What I'm going to show you today is only one element of our settlement process, and we would love to show you more one-on-one. Baton's process relies on both parties using Baton's shared permission ledger and workflow. The Baton shared permission ledger is legally supported by a rulebook, which provides for settlement finality and certainty. Now on to the demo. I will be acting as party A, and we have started on the Trades tab, which you can see on the ribbon at the bottom. From the ribbon, we can navigate to other tabs to manage Bank A's counterparties or users, and view reports or the ledger of activity. But for now, we are currently viewing today's trades on a gross basis. From this screen, if you're interested in settling a single transaction, we could initiate that settlement here. Flipping over to the net view now, we can see the status of how transactions will typically be settled on a net basis. Baton nets and settles on a currency pair basis. Each netting group you see is a unique currency pair, value date, and counterparty combination. Baton receives information from both counterparties and also from trade matching services and ensure all sides match. If we filter on Bank B, you will see netting groups that remain unconfirmed facing Bank B. If you are interested in seeing the individual trades making up a currency pair netting group, we can easily view those details by clicking on the trade count, 112 in this case. From the individual trade screen, you have the option to exclude trades by clicking the X on the far left. Those trades would then be removed from this netting group and could be settled separately on a gross basis. Back on the net screen, we will now initiate a few settlements. Baton has multiple options for initiating settlements. Auto settle can use either time-based or threshold-based triggers to initiate settlements. That's typically how banks would settle on the Baton platform. But today, we will demonstrate manually settling a netting group. We will start with this group of 112 Aussie dollar trades facing Bank B. We will select that netting group, then choose Manually Settle. On the next screen, we confirm that we really do in fact want to settle this netting group. As you can see, the 112 trade netting group has now moved from the top of the screen to the bottom in the confirmed netting group section. If we view the settlement status of that netting group, we can see the netting group start to settle. First, each of the banks will pay in their respective currency to the settlement account. Once that occurs, you will see official ownership change. This is final and irrevocable and supported by the Baton PvP rulebook. After the ownership change, each bank can then withdraw their proceeds from the settlement account into their individual funding accounts. We see this settlement has completed, taking approximately 3 minutes. Next, I will demonstrate how to split a settlement. This allows a participant to take a large settlement, like this 200 mil sterling netting group, and break it down into smaller individual payments. We will split the settlement into 4 payments and then confirm. This netting group now drops down into the confirm netting group section and is listed with 4 shapes. Now, by viewing the settlement, we can see each individual leg start to settle. We are now going to look at this settlement from Bank B's perspective. On Bank B's ledger, we can see the same 4 payments, simply in the opposite direction. The settlement has been initiated. Upon clicking into the first payment, you can see both parties have paid into the settlement account and the official ownership change has occurred. When looking at the ledgers for both parties at the same time, we see the statuses were updated at the exact same time on both ledgers. If we refresh, we can see that each leg has now settled. Another great feature of the Baton platform, if you're interested in seeing Swift details supporting any individual settlement, you can click on the specific settlement and see those Swift details on screen. Back on the Confirm Netting Group screen, the entire group has now completed. One additional item I would like to show today, by navigating to the ledger on the bottom ribbon, we can see a helpful summary of all actions that have been initiated by the Baton Shared Permission Ledger. We hope today's demo was helpful to better understand the Baton PvP process for FX transactions.